Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. Today's tarot reading is connected to the new moon in Aries that is happening on March 29th, Saturday. This is a really powerful new moon. All new moons bring about change, and they ask us to go within and look at what we need to let go of so that we can bring something new in, what needs to be surrendered so that we can move towards something that is better for us. But being that this new moon in Aries is just coming off the heels of that spring equinox energy, a lunar eclipse, and this one is taking place under a solar eclipse. It is supercharged. It is extremely powerful. And today's messages are going to be connected to what we must understand, learn, cultivate, what we must surrender so that we can actually leap forward into a massive new beginning. I am going to go into a little bit more detail about this new moon energy. If you're not interested, that's completely fine. Have a look at the thumbnail or the intro, look at the moons and look and feel into which one is speaking to you most. And that'll be your messages regarding this new moon and what it is that you might need to be understanding, moving towards, letting go of, etc. But for those of you that are interested, I will touch on a few things about what this new moon Aries energy is bringing about, because again, it is more supercharged because it's happening with a partial solar eclipse connected to it. So I had to make some notes because there's been so much activation and crazy cosmic energy as of late. So I didn't want to miss anything. So this new moon in Aries brings in a rush of energy. It brings momentum, rapid energy, plot twists and surprises. So we can almost be forced in a way to make changes or have to pivot or really be forced to look at ourselves in the mirror in some kind of way and say, okay, this is just not working anymore. With new information potentially coming our way, we could say, all right, now that I know, I have to make a choice. It's on me. It's that kind of energy. This is all about wanting to put in effort, creating a blueprint and a plan for our lives so that when we move forward, we're not taking old baggage with us. It is very supportive for transformation and new beginnings. It is not super supportive of picking at anything where there's already tension, where there's already issues, and conflict potentially. You don't want to lean into that more at this time because we could create a bigger problem under this energy. So be very mindful of that. It's a good time to say, no to drama, essentially, right? Because Aries energy is fiery and passionate and inspired, but it can come in hot-headed as well. So something to consider. Don't go picking any fights over the next little while. This is also likely to be a bit disruptive, which is not usually the case with new moon energy, but because this is so fiery, activating, we've got a planet moving the very next day from one sign into Aries, and that's Neptune, which is going to create a lot of upheaval and change in our lives too. It's going to really force us to want to take action on things where we've been more stagnant and stuck in illusion, disillusion, dreaminess. Like, it's really forcing our hand to say, I can't live like this anymore. I can't move forward this way. And the fact that this planet, Neptune, is moving into Aries for 14 years, for a cycle of 14 years, the very next day, is just another fiery, passionate energy that's going to see us almost forced to make changes, even if we don't want to. So I say all that to say it's really important that we're the ones that step back and decide for ourselves rather than feeling like our hand is being forced and we don't have another choice, where it's like sink or swim kind of energy. We want to be the ones to decide what we're swimming towards, essentially. I'm just going to go over my notes really quickly here to see if I've missed anything. So this new moon is very activating for the next 6 months. So there's a full moon happening on, I think it's October the 6th, this year in Aries. So this is a 6-month cycle. Things that we begin and end now will have far-reaching consequences from over the next 6 months. So we really want to be mindful here. We really want to make good decisions for ourselves about what goes and what stays. I've also got some other notes. I'm just looking at my paper here. What we want to be doing is harnessing fiery passion, making decisions for ourselves, creating a blueprint and a plan, and getting prepared to move forward towards things. Whether it's we're going to go on a healing journey and let go of old baggage so that we feel like renewed and healed from things from the past so that we're better for relationships, connections, community, or a new job, a new way of being, like where we're building up our self-esteem. All this matters now. The decision to make these things a priority really, really matter now. Something to keep in mind as well, this can be a bit dizzying, this energy. It can create a little bit of confusion because it comes in so quick, and it can bring in that energy of plot twists and surprises and things we didn't see coming. So we really want to be grounded right now. A practice of grounding every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, speaking the words, I am grounded, I am connected, I am present, I'm in my body, is going to be really, really helpful, because with all the fast moving energy, we could really find ourselves being bowled over if we're not prepared for it. So that was a lot, and there's even more I could say, but I would recommend looking at an astrology video with a reputable astrologer online if you want more information around this, because they will have all the other energies that are going to be at play and how to navigate them. So I'll leave that there, and I'm going to get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. So I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies that are going to be very present for you at the time of this new moon. But we will look at them together. I also just want to say I apologize for this light refraction. I have no idea why this is happening. My setup is no different. I've used all these lights and colors before, and I have a tiny window with a blackout line, so it's not making any sense. Perhaps this is an Aries fire just showing up no matter what we do. Either way, it is going to be there, and I do apologize. So the main thing that your focus is going to be over the next 6 months, because remember, this new moon is happening under a fiery solar eclipse energy. So it's going to be all about cultivating happiness for you, ensuring that you feel good inside out. And it feels like that. It feels like inside out to me. We'll see what else comes up. Okay, so support. Breathe through the tension. Okay. And it's full moon energy in Scorpio. So watery, emotional energy. Breathe through the tension. Full moon in Pisces, more watery energy, emotional. Forgive. Wowzers. Okay. I can see why happiness is the main overarching thing that you're going to be focusing on over the next 6 months, cultivating this for yourself, building it. All right. So with support being at the center, I feel like perhaps many of my message 1 choosers are feeling like you're lacking support. But with it showing up centrally, I feel like there's a strong suggestion. The universe is saying, this is what's going to be brought your way, but we need to move and breathe through the tensions and the issues that you're dealing with right now. This feels like it's definitely connected to others, people, unreliable people, untrustworthy people, perhaps in your life, people who have hurt you or wronged you in some way. And there's a massive need for some healing around this and new support to come in that is going to be more aligned with who you are as a person and will bring about that energy of joy and happiness to you once again. Who do you need to forgive for yourself so that you do not carry this energy forward with you? Potentially maybe overguarding yourself or overprotecting yourself from new support coming in that will be good for you, that will be aligned with you, that you can trust. These are things that you're going to want to think about at this time. And I do feel like there's an energy and a message here of calling in support, higher support, your angels, your spirit guides, your passed on loved ones. Because I feel like you're going to receive some connection to answers intuitively. With this Pisces energy and this Scorpio energy, you could also be dealing with these energies. This could be you, that you have one of these markers or are one of these sun, moon, rising in your birth chart, or that you're connected to people with these energies. And it's causing tension and discomfort and hurt and pain and that lack of support. Either way, this is where we want to start. This is what we want to move through and disconnect from, so that moving forward, the support that you're surrounding yourself with brings far more happiness than what you've been currently experiencing. All right. Okay, this is the surrender card, and it says, surrender the habit of people pleasing. I definitely think whether you're a Scorpio or Pisces, or you have strong placements in these areas of your birth chart, I definitely think that you are an emotional person, a person who's very empathic, deep feeling, compassionate, all these kinds of energies. And when we are that, we often get into people-pleasing tendencies only to end up being disappointed, rather, because we don't receive back what we give. And there's definitely an energy of that. Looking at the people and the company you keep, I don't think they're as supportive of you as they should be, and that there are better people, situations, partnerships for you. This says, speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Yeah. This is the big catalyst for you. This is where you need to ebb back, reflect, and say, what do I need? Forget all others. What do I need at a soul level? What does my heart long for? What do I desire? And I think Spirit's already highlighted the answer here as the main thing is support, positive support. People who don't want to just receive from you, but they also want to give to you because you deserve that. Looking at people-pleasing tendencies is going to be a really good idea for you right now, and surrendering these things. I always feel like for those of us that are, and those of you that are seeking tarot messages to help understand yourself, we often always think that we can't say no, and that somehow it makes us a bad person because we are so empathic and people-pleasing and wanting to nurture and care for and help everyone, very compassionate. But we have to remind ourselves that no is a complete sentence, and it's okay to say no. It's okay to make yourself a priority. And I realize I'm probably banging on a little bit here, but I think you really need to hear that message one. And if this is showing up for you, it's because there is positive support coming in. There is a new way and a new cycle that wants to be born for you, be brought to you, but it does require you letting go of the emotional heaviness, breathing through hard things and the tension and the situations that you're in, so that you can be brought rather more, better, more positive situations, positive people. I even feel like for some of you, this could be like a romantic partner. I want to say too, as cheesy as it might sound, you are enough. And I don't think that you believe that about yourself, that you have to do more to people, like to please others, to show up for them even in a more grander way, but you don't. You are enough just as you are. I feel like you bring a healing energy to others, but you're the one in need of healing right now, of that support. Self-love. Okay, so we've got peacock energy, vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Yes, that's a perfect energy to be showing up for you. So this is like your direct message from Spirit, and an energy that you could lean in on right now, or a spirit guide animal that you could call in, is that peacock. Not afraid to shine, strut their stuff, be seen with their brilliant, beautiful colors, connected to that blue energy, which is very intuitive, compassionate. It's all those kinds of things. And there's that orange there too, which is sacral energy, watery, emotional energy, being brought back into balance. You need to bring this vibrancy part of yourself out again. Be seen in a different light. Stand your ground for yourself. Stand up for yourself and be like, here I am, world. I've got this. And it does say avoid jealousy, be grateful for life, and more good things will come. I feel like this is connected to that tense energy that you've been in. And if it's like being triggered by situations and maybe it's bringing out those less than stellar energies within you, breathe through that. Try not to lean into it or create conflict or make the situation bigger at this time, because it'll only make things worse for you. And that's what you want to move away from. You want to find your brilliance. You want to stand in your own 2 feet and in your power, and be seen in the most beautiful light that you are, that peacock energy, that gorgeous, brilliant energy. Yeah. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Absolutely something that you need, I think, to see in yourself more at this time. And always, really. I get the feeling that, that was terrible shuffling. I get the feeling that some of you, or a lot of you, have been told throughout your lives that you're too sensitive. Does that resonate? Male or female, it doesn't matter. You're too sensitive. You're being too sensitive. You're too much in your emotions. Okay, that card fell out. That's not true. It's about finding a balance through that. Disciplining our emotions is a good idea because we can't let them run the show always. Otherwise, we're always having a reactive emotional response. But I feel like your emotions are different. They're guideposts. They're signposts. They show you the way you can feel through things quite easily. But I think because of your empathic tendencies and your deep compassion for others, you can maybe get a little bit lost in it. There's another one at health room. So being mindful of that. Can you discipline your emotions a little bit more, but still allow them to guide you? Because I think they definitely guide you. Message one. Okay, so this was the first card that fell out. Knight of Fire, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. So this is coming over on the side of where we're challenged, right? With that breathing through tension. 10 of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things. Eight of Fire, events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once. That's central to that support. We're going to talk about these a little bit more. I'm just pulling them for now. Okay. 10 of Water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Wow. Okay. King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch. Nice. Okay. So let's talk about this. Where you've been has been difficult. What I'm seeing here with the Knight of Fire and the 10 of Earth is that these sort of energies have been feeling illusory, not working out for you in the best possible way, not feeling like you're in a very happy family situation, that you're feeling secure financially, emotionally. That Knight of Fire energy is easy come, easy go. Sometimes it's like, oh, in my connection, everything was going really good, and then it goes really bad. And it's like this roller coaster ride where it's never consistent. This wants to be changed. This wants to be made stronger, healthier, more stable, so that support is always consistent and always there for you. And I feel like this is where the tensions have been, problems have been in your life with your, for some of you, romantic partnerships, but just on the people that you've been connected to, it's just being reiterated here, where it's just like this roller coaster ride, lack of consistency, causing you to be all over the place emotionally, where you can't rely on it. It's just a reiteration of that. And then with that 8 of Fire, at the center of support, be open to new support coming in, new people, new situations, new opportunities, because it's going to come in quickly. And this new moon this new moon in Aries energy is so fiery and passionate that it can be very dizzying. And if we're not emotionally in a good place, we can miss these opportunities. And it feels like there's a huge positivity and yes energy around this for you, because where we're going with this is emotional fulfillment, right? A contented and rewarding family life, emotional needs. And I feel like it's finally being met for you, where all this comes into balance again. You can start trusting it. And then with that King of Earth energy here too, a successful time and confidently accepting these opportunities. But message one, they're going to come in quickly, and it could be a little bit shocking and surprising, dizzying, confusing, causing you to maybe not feel so grounded. And you're probably somebody who has a hard time with grounding, because I feel like you've got a lot of emotional, watery, intuitive, nurturing energy, and that most of us who have a lot of that within us have a hard time staying present. So putting a practice of presence in place right now, grounding, really good idea for you, because whatever's coming through with this support, is going to be quick and opportunistic, and it's going to bring about good people, good situations, and stability of all kinds. I feel like you've got 2 10s here too, right? So this could be a message for you, seeing 10, 10, 10, 10. Fire, fire, earth. It's just very in flow and synchronistic, and I feel like you're going to want to be open to these synchronicities and these events coming through for you at this time. You don't want to miss out on them. All right. But, you know, I always say with the main overarching energies are our biggest teachers for the readings that I do, because they tell us what we need to do and move through and work on in order to get to this more positive energy that wants to show up. So really allow yourself to take some time for healing, forgiving, finding your center, not pushing any buttons at this time or picking fights. Just standing in your brilliance and seeing your own self-worth. All good ideas for you at this time. Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, and the end of a cycle. And it feels like the end of a difficult cycle if you allow and give yourself over to this healing work right now to heal yourself out, right? To bring yourself back into balance. Absolutely. New information too. So be open to these new opportunities coming in, because some of it could be by way of just wisdom and having like enough information that you can make a good decision. But for others, I think it's an actual tangible opportunity. Ooh, memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. Ooh, a lot of you are probably Atlantean or have roots, connections to Atlantis, especially with all this watery energy that showed up in this empathy and compassion that I get from my message one choosers. If this is showing up for you, you could have something that helped you progress in a really big way because you're reconnecting to a gift and talent, a part of yourself that just knows what to do, directly connected to that Atlantean energy. That's pretty cool. Spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. Yes. Is that Venus? That's Venus. Is that Venus? That's Venus is the sign of Venus. Sorry. I'm thinking to myself while I'm doing your video. Venusian energy, right? Which is very nurturing, very creative, very connected to feminine energy, which is nurturing and creative and intuitive. All things that I feel like my message ones naturally are. This is going to expand for you in some way. And you're going to be able to draw down gifts and talents from this kind of energy quite easily if you work on this energy up here. It's coming for you. That's what it feels like. My cards, and I get distracted when I look at the camera and I don't see that they're lined up properly. My words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love. So I just feel like there's this big message for you guys to do just this, to breathe through whatever this tension is, whatever these emotional upheavals are going to be, or if you're not experiencing them right now, they could be showing up for you. So be mindful, right? This is a time when you really do want to have a discipline around your emotions right now and think before you speak and not be reactive, lest you say or do something that you can't take back. My words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love. Yeah. It's sort of like not allowing our pain to do the speaking for us, which is hard, but it is the big ask here. I gather more wisdom each day. That's a simple affirmation that you could use. And that's definitely what's showing up here. Accepting opportunities, being activated and accelerated, connected to technology and Atlantis, being true to yourself, recognizing your brilliance, allowing yourself to stand out. There's some information coming through as a result of you healing through this and not leaning into the heaviness of these energies up here. It's that, and I've said it before, but it's like that let go and let God energy. Like, Jesus, take the wheel. You've got this. I recognize that I'm not in control here, but I'm open to a new way, new opportunities, and more support and stability. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to be cultivated for you over the next 6 months. And the catalyst for this is now. The energy starts now for you. Message one. Right? Because that main energy was happiness. The universe and spirit wants to see you happier, lighter, freer, which is going to be directly related to the right people and the right support for you. Wow. Okay. So with the peacock vibrancy and being seen, notice your brilliance. And now we have for a final message, step into the spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. And then you've got that Atlantean energy, right? And an activation and acceleration about knowledge that you carry within you. being activated, being seen by you and connected to. So this feels like message 1. Now, at the time of this new moon in Aries, which is supercharged, is the time for you to look at your situations and where there's lack of stability, where you're not receiving the support, where you feel like you're on that roller coaster ride and there's no consistency and you're not getting back what you give, to go within and say, okay, I'm ready for more, for better, for all good things to come my way, because it looks like your happiness is going to be directly related to a passion and purpose that you have that's going to help others in humanity in some way with that beautiful empathy that you carry, that intuition, that compassion, that a lot of humans are going to need. But these connections that you're in right now, it feels like they are somewhat of a block or almost like a thorn in your side in some kind of way, preventing you from leaning more into it. So over the next 6 months, this is what you want to be working on and connected to, and then also surrendering yourself from people pleasing and disconnecting from those that are not worthy of your time and energy anymore. I know that was a lot. Okay. I am going to leave that there, but do give yourself time, message 1, to add back and really think this through and contemplate how you feel, what you want, and what you need, because it's all about you, baby. Message 1, it's all going to be all about you and what's best for you moving forward. This is where you're growing. You're growing into independence and your truth and stepping into the spotlight with better support and connection. Okay, really, I'm going to stop talking now. I hope that you guys all have the most amazing day. Take care. Hello, message 2. So I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies, but we will look at them together. So for the main thing that's showing up for you at this time, the biggest focus is love. Now, this can be romantic love, and very likely there's going to be a lot of you that's the case. This is what's true for you. It could also be self-love, right? In order to receive love from others, we have to first love ourselves and know that we are worthy and deserving of positive, supportive, beautiful love, right? So this is your main overarching energy. This is going to be the focus. If you didn't watch the intro, I did mention that this new moon is a major catalyst for things to come and be built, cultivated, and begun over the next 6 months. So like around the time of the full moon in Aries in October will bring about a culmination of things where we're going to see things very differently. We'll be in a very different position from the new beginning that we start cultivating right now and creating for ourselves right now. So it's important, this energy. Ooh, okay. The moon's wisdom, take the lead. So being told right now by Spirit that you don't have to wait for anything. It's okay to just get going with something, get started, make it happen. Oh, be proud of yourself. Sorry, I keep going, oh. And it's earth energy, last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself, take the lead. So almost like for some of you, this love energy could be like, love yourself for who you are and what you've done and what you're going to keep doing. Like that be proud of yourself energy. Perhaps you don't give yourself enough credit for the things that you do, the way that you show up for others, the things that you bring to the table, whether it's in an emotional sense, a physical sense, in a career, passion, or purpose, you do. And there needs to be a lot more acknowledgement from you for the strength that you have, the person that you are, the way that you show up. And it's because it's coming over on the side of what challenges you. So there's definitely that love energy might be about a little bit about self-worth here for some of you, because it's like a lack of recognition for how great you've been and the things that you've done and created. Keep your heart open. Okay. Also goes really well with that love energy. So this could be twofold, because this is a general message. It could be keep your heart open because there's something good coming your way, a person, a situation. But if you're not feeling good about yourself and seeing your worth and seeing all the amazing things that you've done, taking the lead in your life, right, with confidence about yourself, staying in your power, you may miss this thing that's coming through that has so much love energy around it. So be really mindful of that message too. Keep your heart open. And it's Libra energy, which is very connected to a relationship. So I definitely think that's a thing for some of you. And the scales, right? Finding balance in love and work. all the things, right? And let's see here. Okay, so the thing that you want to be most surrendering right now at this new moon energy, letting go of and working on is worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart. Keep your heart open and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. So holding on to a lot of dread type energy, right? Worry and anxiety happens when we can't predict everything that's coming our way. And so we worry and stew about it as though that's going to change it. If we feel like it makes us feel like we're in somewhat control, troubleshooting, right? If we're in what if energy, like we're prepared for anything. But I feel like spirit is showing you this card to surrender your worry because you genuinely have nothing to worry about. You are doing good things. You should be proud of yourself. You are lovable and worthy, and you should take the lead in your life because you have the power, the capacity, the intelligence, the wherewithal, and the know-how. Like you have all of that, but I think you second guess yourself a lot. And it's time to let that go and stop worrying about the what ifs. You've got this message too. Like, I really feel like this message is meant to bolster your confidence in a major way because there's a lack there and there doesn't need to be message too. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Okay, well, we've got a card that flipped over, so this will be the card. And it says community, and it's B energy. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Wow. That goes so well with the rest of this. Taking the lead, keeping your heart open, letting go of worries, and being proud of yourself. Like you are very much a leader type person. And if you're not stepping into that role right now, it's time to take the lead. You should be. You've got everything that you need and what it takes to make things happen. I'm going to read this again because it says, you are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. With that Libra energy, and keep your heart open, it almost feels like maybe all your time and energy is going towards the things that you create and cultivate, and you're doing amazingly well at it. And if you don't feel that you are right now, you will be. You have the capacity to really grow something with your creativity and lead others in a beautiful way. I feel like there's a little bit of lack though on the love side of things for you, right? With that keeping your heart open, allowing yourself to receive love, adoration, validation, and just being plain open to it, letting your community come to you and kind of like fill your emotional cup in some ways, allowing them to express how great you are. Almost feels like there's a little bit of like shying away from that. It's time to be more open to that. You are the queen of abundance, whether you're male or female, right? It just means that you've got that creative energy that really can make things happen. Yeah. Being open to receiving sweetness. Let this come back to you. Message 2. You are the doer, I think. You are the one that's used to making everything happen and uplifting and creating for others. But there's an energy here of receiving all that love back and giving that love to yourself and making sure that you're finding balance in your life where you're not just working, doing, creating, but also enjoying relationships, connection, and romance as well. And the catalyst for this energy to get rolling and find this balance and receive this love starts now. Message 2. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Okay, here we go. Seven of Fire, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, and choose your battles wisely. We will talk about this as I get them all pulled. Ace of Air, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. Nine of Air, expecting the worst, that worry energy, self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. Okay, I'm going to fix my cards here. Sorry, guys. All right. We've got a lot of mental energy here. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. Wow, we've got 2 sevens here, okay? Message 2. So 7s are going to be important. It says, 7 of Air, plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing, okay? This feels directly connected to that 7 of Fire as well, okay? Lots of air energy, so really being up in the mind. That worry energy that you're holding on to, really being highlighted here as problematic for my message 2 choosers. Having a really difficult time disconnecting from the situation and really wanting to make something happen at the moment. Okay, so with 7 of Air, and it says, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground. Being proud of, and it's connected to that energy of being proud of yourself, which has been a challenge, and that worry, along with brilliant new ideas. This suggests to me that you do have good ideas. You know how to move a situation forward. You have the ideas. You have the inspiration, and perhaps you let your foot off the gas with that, and you didn't stand your ground within these things, and they were actually a good idea because you have that leadership quality. It's sort of like finding your way back to this energy because it is meant to be you that moves and shifts the situation, especially after something has gone wrong, right? Because we're going to take the lead and expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights, being overly worried about decisions that you're making, maybe not trusting yourself with decisions. All things, all energies that need to be brought back into balance with that, keeping your heart open. Because I think that keeping your heart open, this lovey energy that you desire and need for yourself, is also connected to intuition, like your heart wisdom has something to say about this situation and what to do with it. It's like, it's multifaceted here for my message 2s, because there is this sense of lack of balance for you where you're not allowing yourself to receive, that admiration and validation for what it is you bring to the table, second guessing yourself at every turn, probably because things have gone wrong. And so maybe you've stepped back from taking the lead in some kind of way, but it's time to step up to that again because of here, right? You should be defending your decisions, your ideas and choices, whether they worked out or not. It's just a stepping stone to the thing that will be the right thing. And then we have things are looking up and taking a trip. And I feel like that's a mental vacation for a lot of you too. Just mentally allowing yourself to relax and let go of these fears and worries. Lest they overrun your life, they rule the day. And then with that 7 of Air energy, plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. Not the time to push anything, right? This is that new moon energy that I was talking about. This is the time to release, let go, surrender, and start to cultivate and create a blueprint. And it culminates in the next 6 months or so. So give yourself this time to add back, look at your plans, allow them to be revised. And I think that my message to choosers, you guys should really have a hand in what this is going to look like. Keeping your heart open to others' wisdom and ideas, but just in general, because it has a lot to say and tell you about how to make your situation better and stronger, where you're feeling really in love with what you're doing and you are proud of yourself and you've seen your way through all these challenges. And you're the one that is going to lead the charge on this and bringing your community with you, allowing them to help you, keeping your heart open in all kinds of ways for divine wisdom and connection with others. It definitely feels like for my message 2s, you have this project of some sort on the go where you're leading the charge, or you should be, and you're hitting a lot of bumps in the road. Things aren't always going according to plan. But if you allow yourself to drop into your heart space, you will see a lot of improvement. You will see things start to move forward. You will see the way through. You'll receive that wisdom. And staying confident within yourself and what you're doing. Stop second guessing yourself message too, because it feels like that's a big issue here for you guys. All right. You know, that love energy, I know we talked about for some of you, it can look like romance, but these cards aren't really connecting to things in a romantic sense necessarily. It almost feels like a love of yourself and a love of life and what you do, like really being in that heart space energy so that you know every decision you're making was felt through and then thought through. But it feels like maybe it's been in the reverse, where you've been thinking through it and then maybe not giving yourself enough time to feel through it. Okay, serious star blessings. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. Wow. Defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. You are definitely going to come to some sort of activation, understanding, wisdom, guidance, where that is heart-centered, that is the right thing to do, that will move your situation forward in the best possible way. And it starts with releasing that worried energy, that opening your heart and allowing the worries to be fleeting and trusting yourself more, really seeing yourself, your worth, and what you bring to the situation. Like you've really got the answers. Message 2. And if you have not connected to this yet, just be open, because you will. Because with that 6 of air there too, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation. This really is on the cards for you. But it does require you to let go of that monkey mind, that mental energy that's overstimulating and sort of blocking your heart from its wisdom and its truth and what to do. Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Interesting. Okay, some of you might want to consider doing a little bit of a deep dive into past life things, looking at past life energies. What resonates? What fears do you have or worries do you hold on to that really don't make sense for you in this lifetime, that could be affecting you because of the past, like you're carrying it within your DNA? It would be a good thing to do a little bit of a research around this sort of thing so that you can clear that out. Because taking the lead and being proud of yourself and keeping your heart open and, leaning into love more, I feel like these are natural things for you, but there is this block around it for whatever reason, and you might not even understand why. And I think Spirit, the universe, is highlighting, go a little bit deeper with this. It's not a surface level thing. This is connected to a past life. It could be like you experienced lack in a past life where everything was scarce and you were living a life of scarcity. So there's fear of not being prepared and not wanting to know what's coming around every corner and fearing that you haven't done enough, but you have and you are enough. Okay. I also feel like there's just a little bit of a need for more joy, like lightheartedness from my group twos. Like, it's sort of like, what would love do in all situations? If you lead with love, you will always end up in the right space, in the right spot, and land where you're supposed to land. I know that sounds a bit cheesy, but it's true. I know myself deeply and find myself worthy. That is a great affirmation for you guys to use, right? Especially with that love, self-love, and be proud of yourself and keep your heart open. Absolutely. I know myself deeply and find myself worthy. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning. I love that. And it goes so well too with that 7 of energy, right? Where you might need to make some revisions and change plans, pivot a little bit. And if it's showing up for you, difficulties, because there is a better way. But rather than worry or fear it, know that it's happening for you and you've got this. You're going to move through it just fine. You've got a lot of power and strength within you. Message 2. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning. And you will see the way through and forward. But take a minute to show, I have a card that flew out, to show yourself love and appreciation for everything that you are and bring to the table and everything that you do. I get a very hardworking energy from my message twos. Sorry, I bumped the camera there, guys. Okay, your final message here is let it go. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections, to the past so you can embrace the future. Yeah, that past life energy, Akashic records, doing a deep dive, there's definitely something that needs to be cleared that is blocking your heart from remaining open, leading with love, because I think when you do, you always see success. You have like a win energy when you do, but there's something that's blocking and stopping you from doing just that, connected to mental energy and worry. And remember, sevens are going to be likely speaking to you over the next while. So be mindful of when they show up in your sphere of awareness. Again, this situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. So this is also giving yourself over to really feeling and thinking through the connections that you do have and the people that are around you right now. Are they like-minded? Are they the best for your situation? Are they the kind of community that you want to keep with you and move forward with? Do they come from an energy of love? Because if not, it's time to let that go. But this is also about letting go of patterns within you that are blocking you from taking the lead, being proud of yourself, leading with love, taking your situation with your ideas and your inspiration and your creativity to the next level. It's almost like, where these plans might need revision and you have to stand your ground. There are others that are not coming from a loving place that are supportive of you, not even open-minded enough to listen. And so you might need to make hard decisions around that. Just something that's coming to mind. That won't be for all of you. That's just something I'm feeling for some of you. Either way, now is the time for you to really ebb back and lead from your heart, clear what's blocking you and keeping you in mental worried energy so that you can move forward. Because you've really got this. You're far more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for. And you've got the wisdom and the know-how, the creativity and understanding to make your situation much better and stronger. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to be culminating for you. And this is the time. The catalytic energy starts now. And you'll probably see some sort of culmination around this in about 6 months' time. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that you guys all have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care. Hello, message 3. So I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies just to try to save a little bit of time in the video. And the main card, the energy where everything is going, that's starting at this time under this new moon in Aries, is wealth. So a lot of what these messages are going to be pertaining to has to do with your wealth, how you view wealth, what wealth is to you, finances, and stability, right? Feeling stable and secure in all kinds of ways. So we will see what else comes out with that, but just keep that in mind. This could be more metaphorical too, like a wealth of knowledge is about to come your way, a wealth of information, opportunities that in turn will create more stability financially for you. And I've been mentioning that this new moon is the beginning point. It is the catalyst. It is where we're creating the blueprint so that something that we're working on doing, creating, cultivating, culminates and comes into full fruition in about 6 months' time around the full moon in Aries that's happening in October. So something to keep in mind. Oh, that's funny. I said knowledge. Drawing down the moon, knowledge. Okay. So this is two things, right? It's gaining more knowledge and understanding and wisdom around something that will likely create more abundance for you in some kind of way. But it's also about drawing down the moon, which is also connecting to your own intuition, wisdom, higher mind. So it's sort of like you're going to take action in receiving knowledge and gaining information. This could look like learning, study of some sort, but then you're going to connect with your heart space, your wisdom, and your intuition to feel through it and then think through it. Hopefully that makes sense. Either way, a main energy of knowledge coming your way over the next 6 months that I feel is going to be a big catalyst for a new beginning that creates and cultivates abundance and wealth in some sort of way. Ooh. All right. Oh, we've got new moon energy. New moon in Leo, shine. And it's coming on the side of challenge, right? So where do you need to stand out more? Where do you need to let yourself be seen a little bit more? What knowledge do you have potentially that others would benefit from, right? And how can you bring your wisdom of what you know and your intuition together in some way for others in a way that has you being seen? I don't know why I can't let that go. I feel like you need to be seen in some kind of way. It's time to shine. Like that Leo energy, right? Being proud of yourself, being seen, letting people benefit from the gifts and talents that you have, because there's some sort of wealth that is a result of you doing just that. But I think it's been a challenge. It's funny. I have this song in my head about, there's this song and it's, you've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You better step into the light. Just give it a try. It's time you let that spark out. I think those are the lyrics. Might be fumbling them, but that is playing in my head right now. Like the sound of that is in the back of my mind. I feel like there's definitely something to being seen. Oh, we've got another new moon energy, and it's watery Scorpio energy. So we've got fire and water here. Go deeper. Knowledge, right? What more do you need to know and understand? What knowledge do you need to attain and accumulate? What is beckoning at you to learn more about it? Because you're going to do something with this knowledge that benefits others in some kind of way. And it brings about wealth. It almost feels like this wealth is like there's so much to go around. It brings stability and wealth to you, but also a wealth of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that benefits others. Go deeper. Give yourself over to learning, research, studying, all those kinds of things at this time. It's going to be a really good idea for you. Now, your surrender card, surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem, right? It's that let go and let God. Okay, I'm aware that I am obsessively thinking about this thing that's happened, words that were said, something that was done, what ifs around a situation, how should I, what should I, when do I, that kind of energy. This is essentially saying, let that go and just trust that you are right where you need to be. Go with the flow, give over your fears, worries, and concerns to God. And you'll be lighter and freer, because you're meant to be learning something right now and being seen in a big way. And the things that you learn and the knowledge that you have, I feel like is going to help other people in some way. This feels very purposeful, very soul purpose related for my message threes. Again, you're obsessing about a person or situation. Turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Yeah. Sometimes we think the more we think on things and ruminate and go over it and over it, we're going to find an answer, but we're just sort of making ourselves crazy and kind of going round and round and round, chasing our tail. It's like that. So when you catch yourself overthinking or obsessing over something, the same thing, recognize it, say, okay, no more. I let go and let God. I've surrendered this. I know that spirit has my back, and whatever answers I need, I will receive when I'm meant to receive them with trust. Wow. Knowledge, go deeper, shine. And now we've got Coyote energy, a revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly, like not getting ourselves too worried about our perceived mistakes. And then it says, look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Yeah, this overthinking energy and obsessive thinking, worry, fear, feels like it's really got a hold on you. But this coyote energy is suggesting a couple of things here. That one, receiving this knowledge reveals truth to you, which helps you to become the revealer of truth in some kind of way. Because I definitely feel like that's something that you embody. You do bring truth and wisdom to others. And there's a wealth of abundance in you embracing this aspect of yourself. Again, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Yeah. You are not your mistakes. You are your possibilities. And you may be trapped in a loop about past mistakes and really fearing and obsessively thinking about not wanting to make them again. So really going into what if, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And the Spirit's like, take a breather, step back, give yourself over to joyful play. Give these worries and concerns over to Spirit. We've got you. I definitely feel like that. What do you want to know about right now? What knowledge do you wish to have? Go look for it in a book. Watch a video, wherever you're guided and led, you're nudged to want to learn something from. Say yes to it. It feels like it's going to bring a profound connection for you in some kind of way. All of this feels, and it's all very connected to that wealth, right? Wealth of information, wealth of abundance, financial stability. I feel like so far the message is starting here with this energy, going deeper, giving yourself over to attaining more knowledge and wisdom is going to be some sort of catalyst for you showing up in more of a purposeful career. Entrepreneurial spirit kind of comes to mind here as well. And it's very much connected to abundance for you. Okay. I don't want to go too off the deep end because I do have a tendency to do that, overthink things. Or talk too much about the same thing rather. So let's pull some cards. It's crazy too that you got two new moons showing up here under this new moon energy. One is fire and one is water. There's a lot of polarity there too with that, which can be really hard, right? Because fire is, people always think anger. Sure, it can be connected to anger at times, but it's really passion and inspiration, action-oriented, whereas water is more emotional and intuitive. And I feel like you're somebody who is able to normally balance these things out, but it's been tricky for you as of late because of this obsessive thinking, overthinking, worry. Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision-making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. That goes really well with the obsessive thinking and shine. Queen of Air is very much in control of their mental faculties. They still hold this energy of compassion and nurturing, but they don't allow their emotions to take hold and overrun them. And I feel like this is what's needed from my message 3 choosers right now. You naturally have this ability to do this, though I feel like you've been more into leaning into the emotional what if, obsessive thinking, worrying energy right now. And it's time to bring this back out. You are these things, independent, experienced. You're able to make objective decisions once you've ebbed back from worry, fear, obsessive thinking. Yeah. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. Okay. And you don't have to have been addicted to anything for this to be true. It could be for some of you, but sometimes that addiction is just the obsessive thinking. Like, wow, I really get stuck in my head and I get in a loop of thinking the same thoughts, the same patterns over and over again. It's making me crazy. This is something that wants to come to an end and likely is going to be when you give yourself over to attaining this wisdom, this knowledge, going deeper. Page of Fire under this knowledge energy. Outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous are the key words. And it says, news of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity, right? So some of this truth, this wisdom coming through for you, this knowledge, it could be about opportunities, but it is going to be deeper than that. There's going to be learning, there's going to be study, and this is going to be a catalyst for you showing up as this wise sage type person who has knowledge and wisdom share with others in some capacity, creating wealth. This one is feeling very clear and direct to me so far. Yeah. So be open to this wisdom coming through, this knowledge coming through, this exciting new endeavor is going to need to see you being into this Queen of Air energy, allowing that heavy 10 of air energy to be released, that mental, overactive mental energy. I should have my cards here so everyone can see me pulling them here. We've got more fire energy, abundance. And then we've got that wealth card, right? Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. That's amazing. There's not a lot I need to say about that, but it's the start. It's a starting point energy of where you are in preparation because you've got good news. Opportunities are showing up, bringing in this wealth of abundance. Ooh, we've got two pages? Yeah, we've got a page of fire and then a page of air, which is the mental energy. Page of air, logical, honest, impulsive, curious. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. Okay, so this is a bit of a heads up, and I said it in my intro, this new moon in Aries can bring in sort of plot twists and surprises that we weren't expecting. This almost feels like a reversal for me, where it's like, here's your heads up that this could be coming in, but here's what you want to embody in order to receive this and move through it, come out the other side. And it's sort of like it could be the catalyst for the thing that caused you to say, that's it. I'm going to learn this new thing. I'm going to create this new thing. I'm going to go deeper with this. And then I'm going to show up differently as a result, where I'm in this space to be leading others, teaching others, shining in some way, creating wealth and prosperity. It feels like that for me, for my group threes. Right. So being open to this potential challenging information coming through, you want to lean into the energies of logic, honesty, and curiosity, independence, that queen of air energy. You really want to be leaning into that to move through this so that you don't allow this sort of obsessive thinking to take hold, right? And we do have that revealer of truth up there. So really interesting. And it says, don't take things too seriously, right? Because it does say that this truth might be delivered without tact. So again, a heads up, be mindful. It could be a little bit triggering for you, but to be forewarned is to be forearmed. It's like your heads up from the universe, like to say, you've got everything you need to move through the situation. And even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, it's the pinch from the universe that you might have needed to learn something new, to go deeper, and to kind of start cultivating your own personal talents and gifts, bringing them out more. That wise sage energy keeps coming to my mind. I don't know why. Oh, Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Wow. It's sort of like you are the oracle, right? That wise sage. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Yes. You're the one with the answers. You're the one with the knowledge. You're the one that needs to go deeper because you have these gifts and talents that want to be brought out and utilized for the greater good, bringing abundance to everyone. It really does feel like that here for me, for my group 3 choosers. Yeah. The central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. Yes. All the things that are showing up for you. But it does feel like there's some challenges here. There's been some challenging beginnings that you might be moving into some challenges. And it's like Spirit jumped in to say, please do not let this throw you off your axis. Do not let this make you get into obsessive thinking or a loop. Step back into your power, into your understanding, into your own wisdom. This is meant to move you in the right direction. Yeah, abundance and downloads coming your way, regeneration and success. I love that. I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. This would be a really good affirmation to utilize, especially if you're going to move into some more difficult energy where where it's not the best. It doesn't feel the best at the time. This is what you want to embody. I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. Look at that lion energy there. I am courageous and powerful. a pretty easy affirmation to use for yourself. And I feel like this is something you're really going to want to cultivate at this time and believe in about yourself, because I do really feel like you're being redirected, and this pinch from the universe is not going to be very comfortable with this redirection, but ultimately it really is going to be the best for you. I am courageous and powerful. All right, let's just cap this off with a final message here from Spirit. From my beautiful message threes, you've got a whole host of new things being shipped your way, and a lot of learning and growing that you'll be doing over the next 6 months, or that you're being led to do. Cultivate, prepare a blueprint, a new plan that's going to see you having much more wealth, abundance, energy, all those kinds of things come to my mind. But remember, this is over a 6-month period for most of us, right? This is the beginning point, and the culmination is likely to happen around the full moon in Aries, which is in October. Wow, someone new is coming. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so that happiness can enter into your life. Nice. You know, with that news of an exciting new endeavor, use your originality and ingenuity and abundance here. Be very open to new people being shipped your way. This is especially going to be important for you to remember if you are feeling a little bit burned or singed by something that you didn't see coming, where there is truth being delivered without tact, or something goes a little bit sideways and you weren't anticipating it. We can really shut ourselves down to new situations, people, and opportunities as a result. So just, again, use this as your heads up that there's somebody good coming your way, somebody who you will likely feel connected to on a soul level if you're open and clear and receptive to it. Again, someone new is coming. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so that happiness can enter your life. And for some of you, this could absolutely be like a romantic connection where the two of you are going to do something bigger and more profound together, create something. All right. I don't think there's much else I need to say. I will leave that there. I hope that you guys all have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. So I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies just to save a little bit of time in this video, but we will look at them together. Also, I apologize for this light refraction. It's crazy. This has never happened before. I think I mentioned it in message 1 as well, but it's not been going away. No different setup than I've ever done. No light coming in from anywhere. And this fiery orange light is showing up, which I think is really cool because it's new moon and Aries energy. So it's just, I can't explain it, but there it is. So if it's there, I do apologize if it gets in the way of the cards. Okay, so big energy and emphasis is going to be put around marriage under this new moon in Aries. Now, if you didn't watch my intro, I did mention that this new moon in Aries is under a solar eclipse energy, so it's like on steroids for a new moon, right? New moons are usually about cultivating new things, putting a blueprint and activating something in place to create a new beginning that comes into full realization and fruition in the 6 months to follow when the full moon in Aries happens in October. It's like that. So this could be a long drawn out energy and emphasis put around the concept of marriage, your marriage. A union doesn't have to have had a piece of paper as in an actual marriage certificate, just a strong bonded deep connection. All the energy is being put around this for you at this time. We'll see what the cards have to say, but something to keep in mind. Unions of sorts. Okay. Healing moon, and it says seek healing. So where might you need healing, especially as it pertains to connection, romantically, specifically romantic connections, whether it was a marriage that maybe you're dealing with healing from, like that where there's been divorce or separation, or whether it was a connection that just didn't work out the way that you had hoped it would, or perhaps you are in a connection that needs deep healing. This is general, so apply it to your situation and what makes sense for you. Either way, the big energy around this marriage type of energy, this union connection, is a need for healing. Ooh, okay. We've got new moon energy here. It says, think it through. new moon in Gemini, and that's airy energy, mental energy, right? Geminis get a bad rap, and I'm not always sure why, but they're very intelligent. They're very wise. They're very good at seeing all sides of things and not just thinking in black and white. They can see in all shades of gray. This is an energy you might want to lean into at this time and really think through before making any hasty decisions, especially around connection and union. I definitely get the sense that some of you might be in a hard connection right now where your relationship, your marriage is not going well, or there's been a lot of problems and strifes and you're not really sure what to do about it. For others, I think that you're healing from things that have happened already. And maybe trying to make peace and reconcile that. And this is definitely a good energy to be doing that under. But the main message here, and coming on the side of challenge, is to take some time and think things through. Allow healing to take place. Allow that wisdom to come through. Understanding, using your emotions for certain, but also bringing your intellect into the situation so that you can see all sides of the coin here. Because I definitely get that sense that there's something that you need to see in a non-black and white sort of way. Oh, wow. It's another new moon energy. New moon in Libra. Know you are loved. And Libra is a very relationship-y oriented sign. It's the scales. It likes to bring balance, justice, peace. So those kinds of energies come to my mind with the rest of this reading, where you need healing, where you need to really think things through before making big decisions. But something that you need to understand is that you are loved, that you are lovable, that you are worthy and deserving of love. I definitely get the sense that some of you are seeking healing from a relationship that has fallen apart, or potentially like a separation or divorce, and feeling less than and not really knowing how to navigate the new landscape. But for others, it's about healing an aspect of yourself that has been hurt by love, by union and connection, where you're not feeling as lovable as you should, as worthy, as deserving, where it has struck your confidence in some kind of way. And this really needs to start to be healed out more completely at this time. Let's see what else shows up. Oh my goodness. So you've got seek healing and surrender to complete healing. Okay, so that leans on what I was just speaking to, that I do think some of you are in hardship in your union marriage connection and you're trying to figure out what to do. And for others, you've already been through hardship and you're now in the aftermath of that, trying to figure out how to move forward through this pain, through this heartache, feeling less than. This has taken your self-esteem has been knocked down, and it has seen a blow to your heart, to your feelings of self-esteem and self-worth. And it is time to reconcile that. And if it's showing up, it's because there's probably something better that wants to show up later. But if you're not completely healed, you may say no to this or miss it. We'll see with what the cards come out and say, but this says open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Really give yourself over to this message for maybe look at doing Reiki, doing meditation, seeing an actual doctor, doing things that are physical that help you stay fit physically, because when we feel good physically, we tend to feel better mentally and emotionally. Exercise is great for that, for up-leveling our energy and releasing endorphins. But maybe some of you need to go talk to somebody, see a therapist, a counselor of sorts, whatever it is. Give yourself over completely and fully to it at this time to help you understand yourself, to think through what it is you want and desire moving forward, whether it's healing a connection that you're in right now where there's turbulence, or, making the decision that ultimately you want to give yourself over to union and connection again. But you really do need to understand that you are loved and lovable and worthy, essentially. Let's see what else comes out with this. Also, Gemini and Libra energy, this could be connected to you too. You might have some of this in your own personal birth chart. It could be connected to a partner that had these energies in their birth chart. Either way, they usually have something to tell us, something a little bit deeper. So if there's that kind of energy around you, or you have strong placements there, lean in even more. Maybe, go seek out a really good astrologer online for free to see what they have to say about these kinds of energies so that you can lean into them more. Woo! Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny and rise with dignity. So this makes me feel like you are a very empowered, powerful person, very spiritually connected, even if you don't feel that way right now, have the capacity to really connect to spiritual insight, intuition, almost like channeling divine wisdom through you, to you, and as you. Also, that dragon is fiery, and we're in fire energy, and they are spirited, and they are powerful, and they are strong. And you need to remember that you are these things too, right? Not only are you lovable, you're also a very powerful person that has much to offer this world. And this says you're the wise sage. I get old soul energy as well. And you can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Yeah. Rising above the storms of your life too, and the upheaval that you've been in, and the pain that you've been through, hardship, heartache, especially as it relates to marriage, connection, union, things like that. You can overcome and rise above this because you are a strong, powerful person, deeply and spiritually connected, even if you are not feeling that right now. You have the capacity to move into this energy. Call in the energy of Dragon Spirit to walk beside you right now. Okay, I'm going to use that card. Will be our first card. Okay, so the first card, wow, this goes really well. And it fell out, so Spirit really wanted us to pull this one. A desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Yes, absolutely. But first we must surrender that complete healing, right? And it's water energy, 8 of Cups, emotions. A desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful. You're definitely going through it, but need to think through it before you make any big, hasty decisions. I definitely think some of you are contemplating whether you need to be moving away from a connection that's just not serving you anymore. But I would say that my feeling and my gut is telling me that more of you have already been through the storm and you're trying to navigate it, and you're being led to search for something more meaningful, to grow from the situation spiritually and emotionally, which is where that massive healing energy comes in. Like it will serve you so well to give yourself over to this complete healing. Page of Air, logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. Wow, this came up in one of the other messages. And it's coming on the side of challenge, and this is under that energy of think it through, right? So what you do with this information is going to matter. Again, don't make hasty decisions. Sit with yourself, retreat into your heart with whatever this is, whatever truth is being delivered, whatever information is being delivered, because it may be a bit triggering, because it says it's being delivered without tact, without thought behind it. So this is sort of a bit of a heads up. And I think this is for some of you who are really in the throes of trying to figure out what to do from here through hardship and connection. This is the catalyst for that desire to move forward, to move on to something better for you. This will help you get into that decision, but you must think it through first. And for others, I think that you've already been here with this challenging information, and really had to get real and raw and honest with yourself about how to move forward. And I feel like a lot of you did, but it's been hard, and you're still in the emotions of that and dealing with that. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm definitely getting 2 distinct messages here for my group 4 choosers. Yeah. And then under Seek Healing, we've got the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Look at this, recovering from an addiction. And so metaphorically speaking, that could be recovering from the pain and holding on to the pain and replaying things over in your head and allowing it to attach to yourself in a way that it almost feels like whatever somebody might have done to you or however they might have hurt you is true for you. And we get really stuck on that and it ruins our self-esteem. I feel like that's a part of the equation here, very much so, for my group 4 choosers. But this is all coming to an end with this healing energy. When you seek this healing, this is what's going to leave, and you will recover from this and rise up into that supernatural, dragon, powerful energy. Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, witty. She's been showing up a lot too in these messages. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, and seeing the humor in a situation. Yep. This is what you want to be embodying at this time, knowing that you are loved, right? And moving through your choices by thinking it through, taking a step back, breathing, coming from a place of intuition, absolutely, heart-centeredness as well, but bringing that logic in because it's going to be necessary in this situation. Objective decision-making, right? And that usually does require us to put a little bit of a discipline around our emotions and not let them rule the day, so to speak. Okay, Knight of Air, lots of air energy. And then we've got 2 air energies up here. I'm wondering if some of you are going to be air energies here or have a strong placement in any of the air signs or your sun, moon, or rising, because wow, air, 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 air. Excuse me. This says Knight of Air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions. Wow. Okay, message 4. Very clear that you've got some information coming your way that is going to require you to think it through, to really use objective decision making, to not be too impulsive with it, to not allow your emotions to take over the decision making, right? It's okay to have them and feel through them, but you want to bring your brain with you with whatever this is, because this is a direct catalyst to a new way of being where that desire is meant to move on, to search for something more meaningful, where there's a lot of growth and you're really fully embraced and embodying that supernatural energy of the dragon, where you are rising it with dignity, where you are the ancient wise sage. But it's all starting with some healing some things out first, connected to union and relationship or marriage for some of you. So this will be the beginning point for my message for us, right? This is that new moon energy. So it's the catalyst. It's the thing that comes along to say, okay, what goes, what stays? How are we going to show up differently? And then starting the work now sees you doing and living your best self and being embodied in your best self in the 6 months to follow, like in the October full moon Aries energy. Something to keep in mind, because I know we always think that things are going to happen great on the day of a new moon, but really it's just the beginning. It's the starting point. Serious star blessings. Yes. Proceed, be seen, push through. I love that for you guys. You're getting yes energy here to moving forward with something, to making a different decision for you emotionally, mentally, physically, because it will all be better for you in those regards. You're getting yes energy around that. Sacred inner space. Okay, the sacral chakra, that makes so much sense. Sacral chakra, tenderness and sensuality. This is a space that I feel like my group 4s would really benefit from clearing and connecting to. Our sacral energy, our sacral chakra is responsible for creativity, emotional health, well-being, and balance. It's where we might hold guilt and shame. It's where we hold the energy of I am beautiful, feeling beautiful. It's our sexual center as well, where we feel connected to our own sexuality and comfortable within our own sensuality and sexuality. It's nurturing, it's creative. Affirmations that go with this are like, I am creative, I am beautiful, I am emotionally healthy and balanced, I am connected in the best possible way to healthy self-esteem. It's that. And this feels like a space that you want to start with, right? Because of all this emotional energy and healing that needs to happen. It feels like a lot of this energy is being held within that space in you. So go online, find some meditations that help clear out the sacral, because I think it'll really help you bringing it back into balance. I would say even takes some initiative and time to do this before you have to make any big decisions around anything, because you will be more balanced if you do that. I have a 5-minute one out. It's older. It's not of the best quality. I'm working on making my meditations better quality. But if you're interested, you could have a look at mine. But there are so many other ones that are longer and done really well that you could find for free online. I really, really recommend that message for. I'm getting this as like a push the message for us to seek out that kind of healing and balance in that energy center. I am connected to the earth and all life around me. So I did mention in my intro that this new moon can make us feel really almost dizzied, confused, and like we're swaying and like things are just happening too quickly and we don't really know how to stay centered and grounded. And I feel like that's part of the equation here for many of my group 4 choosers. So remind yourself of this. I am connected to the earth and all life around me, perhaps moving up from the root into the sacral, doing both. To help you stay grounded and present and then emotionally balanced and healthy. Really good idea for you guys for this incoming energy and these truths that may be coming in that are a little bit hard to swallow in some kind of way. For some of you, that's not going to pertain to all of you, but that would be a really good affirmation. I am connected to the earth and all life around me. Give yourself over to grounding. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. And I'm putting that over there with that dragon energy because I really do think that you are that wise sage. You are somebody who's able to channel divine wisdom. And I think you will be doing just that over the next while. So really open yourself up to this possibility. Write down whatever you feel, whatever comes through for you. You're definitely being guided and led this way. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. Yes. So many offerings, so many things that they want, that the universe spirit wants to bring you. New ways of doing and being come to mind. Pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. Wow. You are really in receiving mode right now. You are the receiver. You are able to connect to higher mind and divine wisdom. So make space for that. So now I'm just going to say maybe doing an alignment meditation, right? Where you're clearing and cleansing all of your chakras, opening up that crown, becoming that receiver, because you will receive divine guidance and wisdom for what it is that you want to know and understand and how to move forward and proceed from here and receive that full healing. I feel like on the other side of this is so many new things, new love, new connections, and some sort of thing where it's going to require your creativity to make it grow, blossom, like become this thing, this entity where you're using your wisdom, that wise sage energy. Lots of things showing up here for message 4s, like dual messages. Again, prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. This is definitely, this whole energy of all the readings today are giving the vibe of let go and let God, because you will receive at this time, which I'm loving for everybody. Okay, I am going to leave that there. I hope that all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day. Take care, guys.